All right, welcome in everybody. Another live stream tonight. Has some severe weather going on in Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri. Things are starting to heat up, definitely down in Kansas, just crossing the border into Nebraska down toward Beatrice. Mm. So definitely quite a few warnings coming out. So everything's starting to lighten up here in Omaha. We had some severe weather earlier over here. Um, but yeah, things are starting to clear up here now. So yeah, we're going to concentrate a lot more on the severe weather down in southeast Nebraska. All right. We'll go ahead and kick that off for a little bit. All right. All right. So we are just on the border of Kansas and Nebraska. Have three severe thunderstorm warnings right now. Um, Looks like quarter size hail. So we're down in Hebron and Deschler down in southeastern Nebraska, just to the west of Fairbury and Belleville down in Kansas. So looking at golf ball size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds out of this storm. This is a pretty decent storm right here. And over quarter size hail up to 16-mile-an-hour winds. So uh, these storms are actually moving, I believe, to the northeast. Yeah, east northeast. You can kind of see the convergence right on the border. So we'll have to wait to see what happens more. Um, Beatrice, Auburn, Falls City area here coming up. But a lot of convection happening down here, Great Bend, Russell in central Kansas. So this is all 2% tornado risk for tonight. So we will definitely be here for the long haul and yeah, keeping track of these storms. So once again, if you're tuning in from the Omaha metro area, storms are actually right on the border, Washington and Douglas County. Pretty good cell up here, probably pea to marble size hail up here, but for the most part, it has gone into western Iowa. So Atlantic down toward Council Bluffs, all the way toward Plattsmouth in Nebraska. Pretty good line of storms. So where all these white little crosses are, these are all recent lightning strikes. So just south of Fort Calhoun, just to the west or east of Bennington. You guys have pretty good cell up there. And all these storms are moving basically due east. Oh, we do have another round that's probably might try to intensify just to the north side of Lincoln. We'll have to see what this does. But yeah, once again, pretty good severe thunderstorm warnings down here in southeast Nebraska, northeast Kansas. So this one is still tagged golf ball size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. definitely some good hail signatures. Connie, what's going on? Pouring rain over there? I'm sure. Let me kick back over there again and check that out. Yeah, uh, definitely. Yeah, you're almost right dead center. It is. You are in a downpour right now. Thanks for checking in. Good to see you. Yeah, definitely. If you're along in between like Missouri Valley and just say Little Sioux in Iowa, going up 29, definitely some downpours. And if you go a little bit further south, down toward Fort Calhoun and Bennington, uh, probably have a good marble size hail down here. Interfered with us taking old wooded landfill. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that could definitely put a damper on things. You definitely don't want to get soaking wet. All right, so we'll back out a little bit. Looks like new severe thunderstorm warning for quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. A lot of lightning out here. So just south of Osborne in Kansas, and Lucas just to the north of Lucas. So once again, quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. All right, another severe thunderstorm warning just issued for just to the north of Great Bend and Kansas. So tagging for quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. Mhm. All right. So once again, tagged for quarter size hail up to 60 mile an hour. We're looking at just to the south of Hebron and Deschler in Nebraska. This is moving toward um, Endicott, Fairbury, Diller, and Steel City. So definitely be on guard for a couple of these storms. These are producing some pretty good size hail. So kind of put these in motion. This is basically going to ride a front just down here in southeastern Nebraska. So maybe kind of align in this general direction, basically to the south. We're going to see quite a few storms right around in this area, and some could even spin up. We have a 2% tornado risk in this area also. So definitely seeing Austin, what's going on? I'm worried about the metro on Monday. Yeah, we'll break down to that a little bit more when the models have more of a definite on Monday. Let me see. So Monday, that's your, let me see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So that's 4 day outlook on that. We'll have to, let's see if they even have anything for, we'll look at the quick 4 day and we'll see what that's tagging right now. And even right now, that's not tagging anything for us. So this is day four, severe weather outlook. So we're looking at anywhere from Wichita, Oklahoma City, down toward Austin, Texas. This is your day four outlook right now. So, like I said, when it gets closer um, to the outlook on here, I usually look at the updated maps at least 3 times a day. So I try to keep on top of things like that. So we'll uh we'll wait and see what happens. But just for everybody to know today, we'll go to the tornado outlook for today. So this is today's outlook. So we're looking at, Nebraska City, Falls City, Beatrice, Auburn, Nebraska, and down in Kansas, Marysville, Holton, just to the north of Manhattan, St. Joseph, Missouri. So all of this is 2%. So level one, EF2 possible tornadoes, but this is tonight's outlook. So they got it pretty good. I mean, it's right here on the border. So yeah, we are not going anywhere. We will be here throughout the night, uh, covering this. All right, once again, we have a couple severe thunderstorm warnings tagged for quarter size hail. Looks like that southern storm, we're getting a little bit bigger size hail in this southern cell. If you guys see that blue, I mean, we're looking bigger than golf ball. So if you are in Republic in Kansas, um, definitely RH, what's going on, buddy? Um, definitely if you are in Republic in Kansas, this is definitely a lot bigger hail than golf ball. We're probably looking at close to baseball size hail here. So we'll see what they tag it for here in just a little bit. They still have it tagged for golf ball, but this is actually bigger than golf ball size hail. All right, so definitely be in your safe place. This is actually intensifying a little bit more. All right, so it kind of just decreased a little bit. So just for a split second, we had some pretty good size hail. All right, what's going on? Austin, what metro are you talking about? I think he's probably talking about here in Omaha. I would assume. Austin, are you talking about here in Omaha? Brantley, good to see you, bud. Thunder was so heavy earlier. Yeah, you guys in Bennington, you guys just had a pretty good storm. Just kind of come in, just kind of come, yeah, come through your area. Let's kind of kick back up into the Omaha Metro really quick for everybody who's tuning in from Omaha. We do actually have some more storms actually developing just north of Lincoln. Here's the latest scan actually coming in with that. So getting a little bit heavier just to the south of the Ceresco out toward Branched Oaks, north of Waverly, south of Wahoo, Memphis, out toward Memphis Lakes, just on the north side of Ashland. So yeah, definitely seeing a little bit of action, redevelopment out here again. So we'll have to keep an eye out on this. If you're tuning in from Iowa, let's see what towns. So Hitchcock Nature Center. So just to the north side of Crescent. Seeing pretty good, solid storm over toward in Crescent, Iowa. This will be on the north side of Council Bluffs. And once again, if you're just on western Iowa, just to the north of Red Oak, over toward Atlantic, pretty good heavy rains over there. All right, let's head back down to the south a little bit. Uh, Connie, I have to get off for a while. The laptop is about to die. I need to unplug because of the lightning. Yeah, I get you. Do what you need to do. Pop back on. We'll be here most of the night. Should there be a new severe thunderstorm warning just to the north of Omaha? No, because it's below severe limits. The hail's below 1 inch in diameter, and winds aren't over 60 miles an hour. So, uh, yeah, we don't issue warnings for not a, not that severe. So, yep, definitely not greater than 1 inch, which is quarter size. Let's see, probably looking at maybe nickel size hail, possibly marble to a nickel size hail. So, all right. New severe thunderstorm warning on the Kansas side. So this will be south of Fairbury in Nebraska on the Kansas side. This also tagged for golf ball size hail, considerable damage up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. So this will be just to the west of Marysville. Oh, we do have, blue popping up. So if you are in Washington, Kansas, definitely bring in your stuff on the inside because it's about ready to get pulverized. So Hanover, Washington, and Greenleaf, you guys need to be aware of this storm that is approaching from your west, and it looks like it's holding right along. Let me see, 17th Road. So if you are on 17th Road in Kansas, definitely pretty big. Definitely pretty big. All right, we'll take a quick peek down, kind of just south central, so just to the north side of Russell in Kansas. Quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. Once again, to the north of Great Bend in Kansas, quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. Couple little cells starting to develop just on the south side of Dodge City in Kansas, so we'll have to keep an eye on those. Wichita, just be aware later on as this front moves through. All right, I'm 50 and I remember that grade. I had a teacher that treated me bad. That's right. You even remember his name. Man, he must have treated you bad if you can remember that name. That is crazy. In fourth grade. All right. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning. This will be on the north side of Concordia in Kansas. This will be for half-dollar size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. So, Belleville, if you are on the east side of Belleville, you are still in the severe thunderstorm warning. Once again, half-dollar size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. So all of these storms are actually moving right along like the Nebraska-Kansas border. That's right where that front is just draping across. Let's take a quick peek up toward Omaha again. For all of my Omaha people, on the west side of Sarpy County, west side of Douglas County, you can actually let me bring it back up. Da, 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 da. Here is outside. So we are going to start looking. You can kind of see that shelf cloud back there. If you guys can see that. definitely give the thumbs up, give the like. Uh, don't call my dad a jerk. What? Bradley, that wasn't your dad. My dad said he's spitting up milk poured in. He got slapped on the butt. He was no, Bradley. He wasn't calling your dad a jerk. He was calling his teacher a jerk. Come on now. If you're going to be in chat, you got to know what we're talking about. Mr. Gray, my fourth grade teacher, was the jerk, not your dad. Yep, exactly. That's what I was just saying. All right. You guys look at that shelf cloud. That's actually pretty cool. So we have these storms moving in western Douglas County, western Sarpy County. So um definitely if you're along Harrison, Q Street, down toward Gretna. Gretna is just to your west. It's going to be moving here in a couple minutes. It's going to be downpouring. So right along Q Street, West Center, Dodge. These are all in western Douglas County. Down toward Ashland. This line actually formed pretty quick. Well, Steve, I don't. This kid could get upset. Oh, RH, you're good. All right. So we're going to go back down to our severe thunderstorm warnings. You guys can kind of see on Skycam. So the lens is getting all wet because that's the direction that the rain is coming from. So probably see a lot of water on the lens. But all right, we're going to go down back to northern Kansas for these severe thunderstorm warnings. All right. So we're looking at golf ball size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. If you are underneath this storm, it can be considerable damage to your vehicles. Everywhere you guys see the white crosses was an active CG, cloud to ground lightning. All right. So if you are in Cuba, definitely be in the interior part of your house. You don't have to go downstairs, but just stay away from windows. There's some pretty good size hail going on with these warnings. Right, we'll go back up here into Nebraska. 38 more minutes left. Quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. This is for the cell just to the south of Hebron and Deschler. All right. Sorry there is water on the lens, but there's actually, it's actually pretty dark out here. All right. Once again, if you guys are just tuning us, maybe even from the Omaha Metro, let me kick back up there really quick. All right. So if you're on the west side, west of central Douglas County, western Sarpy County, over toward Gretna, up toward Harrison Street, Q Street, West Center. Definitely some rain, heavy rain starting to move back into the area. West of Ashland, Memphis, Greenwood, basically right in the interstate on the north side of the Interstate 80. Waverly, and just to the north side of Lincoln. Still some pretty good rain. You guys can kind of see that pretty cool shelf cloud right there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. So once again, I'll put this into motion for everybody who's watching in the Omaha Metro. See, kind of storms firing back up just on the north side of Interstate 80. So Lincoln, Waverly, Ashland up toward Gretna into Douglas County. Probably see another round of rain coming in. So this I do not see any lightning. So definitely I don't hear any thunder or see any lightning. So there is on the east side of Omaha. So right in the Council Bluffs. Looks like there was some lightning there just a couple minutes ago. All right, so this is kind of intensifying just a little bit. Where you see these purples, we're probably getting a little bit of hail mixed into here. So west side of Douglas and Sarpy County, you may start to see a little pea to marble size hail developing. I got to turn my alarms back up. I had them turned down. All right. Yeah. Well, let's zoom in here just a little bit. So this will be on the north side of Lincoln. So Raymond, Davie, and Ceresco in Nebraska. Definitely a good little cell right in there. And now that we're moving up toward on the north side of Ashland, just to the east side of Wahoo and south of Utan. Still a pretty good sell. Now, if this gains strength as it keeps moving due east, so Sarpy County, Gretna, Springfield, Papayan, La Vista, Ralston, definitely be on guard for maybe a little pea to marble size hail out of these storms. Um, let's take a quick peek. We'll take this one. That looks like it has a little bit bigger. Right. Let me bring this over so you guys can actually see this. So, all right. So in Papillion, 43 minutes, Plattsmouth, 52 if it heads that route, and then in Omaha in 52 minutes. So that's approximate what time it'll be there. All right. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning out just on the extreme north side on the Kansas side for ping pong size hail and up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. This will be just on the north side of Belleville in Kansas. So we're looking at this cell right here. You guys can definitely see that rain. Those are some pretty dark clouds. maybe we'll catch a quick lightning strike over here. What I need is one of those cameras with the dome on it so it doesn't get water on my lens. All right, in the path line, Omaha, Lincoln, Ashland, Papillion, Plattsmouth, and Bellevue. Yep, those would be for the Omaha storms coming in. So one more time, 31 minutes, uh, quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. This will be on the Nebraska side, Hebron and Deschler. It is coming down, let me tell you. It is coming down. All right, so we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning on the Nebraska side for Superior. So looking at quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds, expiration in 1 hour. So if you were in Superior or Hardy, definitely you'll be experiencing up to quarter size hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. Now, this is also moving directly into the path of Chester, Deschler, and Hebron. Still just moving due east. So if you guys are right along the border over there, once again, on the north side of Belleville and Kansas, definitely seeing the blue, so very intense hail. Just on the north side of Belleville and Cuba. Kind of see which way this is moving. So that's moving basically due east. All right. We're going to take a quick peek back up into Omaha really quick. All right. Still heavy rains coming in toward Gretna, Ashland, Memphis, over towards Ceresco, Davie, and Greenwood. So basically, right along a line from Lincoln up toward Omaha. Let's see which way this is moving. All right, so this is basically moving due east. So definitely, if you are in Springfield, Papillion, La Vista, Bellevue, Ralston, um, you guys will be experiencing some pretty heavy rains here in the near future. That's nothing severe, just a lot of heavy rain. All right, new severe thunderstorm warning down in Kansas, just on the north side of Russell. Quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. So they're looking at this purple right here. So if you're on the south side of Hunter in Kansas, definitely you still have like it's maybe pouring, but you still have a couple minutes left to get your vehicles in the garage. But definitely pretty good sell. Moving just on the south side of Hunter. And Bernard, you would be actually in the path of this on the north side of Grant in Kansas. All right, let's drop down to the south just a little bit. So we're looking on the west side of Ellsworth in Kansas. This is tagged for a half-dollar size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. So this is only for another 11 minutes. Oh, you can actually see that gust front coming through right here. Here's your outflow boundary. So actually that boundary line is actually set up right here. So you can actually see that. All right. So that's why these storms are triggering off just on the north side of Lincoln. Here's your outflow boundary line. All right. Let's kick back up toward Omaha really quick. All right, definitely north side of Lincoln. If you are in Waverly, Ashland, Gretna, you guys are getting dumped on right now. So basically, west side of Sarpy County, heading toward Papillion, La Vista, Ralston, Springfield. You are in the area, and over toward Bellevue, out toward Offutt. All right. So we have 9 severe thunderstorm warnings out right now. All right, some just kind of condensed down. Still severe thunderstorm warning just on the north side of Great Bend in Kansas. They're tagging for a half-dollar size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. So if you are in Ellsworth, you will be in the path of this storm. Then we'll go back up to the north a little bit. Quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. This hail core is kind of growing. If you are in Hunter, Kansas, or Tipton, you guys need to be aware of this hail core cell right here. This is pretty big. This would definitely be a bad day for your car. So once again, if you are in Hunter or Tipton in Kansas, I would definitely be getting your stuff indoors. All right, we'll head back up toward Nebraska-Kansas border, this is basically where the most activity is right now. All right, we'll go on the Nebraska side really quick. This is for quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. This will be for Superior and Hardy in Nebraska. And then if we go just to the east, so just south of Deschler and Hebron, uh, definitely quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. Drop a little south on the Kansas side in Belleville. Ping pong size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. And a little east of that, we have golf ball size hail with considerable damage if you are underneath one of these cells. So definitely, if you are just saying Beatrice on the Nebraska side, Marysville on the Kansas side, you guys need to be definitely watching these storms. These storms are pretty massive. Right. I think this hail core is definitely getting bigger. Definitely if you are in Hunter or Grant in Kansas. This is a pretty good size hail core right here. Seriously doubt it's up to date, but this is a pretty solid hail core. So once again, if you are in Hunter or Grant in Kansas, um, definitely be bringing in your stuff. Wow, look at live sky cam from my place. This is crazy. This is some downpour rain. Yeah, that is definitely some downpour. All right. We're going to go back to, you know what? Let's just pop back up into the Omaha Metro really quick for all of my Omaha people. All right. Western Sarpy County. So definitely, if you are in Gretna going into Springfield, Ashland, just to the west side of Greenwood, and north of Waverly, definitely some extremely heavy rain. Nothing severe out of this, just extremely heavy rains. Kind of put this into motion for you guys really quick. We'll back out. All right. You guys can see the general direction is to the east, just to the northeast. So this is the boundary line, the where the warm front is setting up. So right along this boundary line, you'll see the gust front. If I click over, I believe it's this. Let me switch to the Hastings radar or Blue Hill. You guys will be able to see this gust front. You guys can see it right there. So if you guys look close right in here, you'll see that outflow boundary. So the storms are going to start lining up right along that outflow boundary. So right around here, that's where that boundary is. So if you're on the west side of this, you guys are fine. For tonight. For tonight, you're fine. All the severe weather is from this southeastward. All right. So definitely right on the Nebraska Kansas line from Nebraska or Kansas side. Definitely some pretty good thunderstorms down here. These are a lot of just like hail producers. We can stop this and we can take a quick peek at velocities. We'll see what a couple of these. There's some probably pretty strong winds in this one. So we're looking at about 40, 45 mile an hour winds just coming outside of Belleville and Kansas. Um, everybody else, well, there's a little spot down here. Let's see what this is. Trying to find there we go. So we do have like outside of the severe thunderstorm warning, we do have a 54 mile an hour wind gust just on the outside of that severe thunderstorm warning. So we do have some pretty strong winds. Now it'll disappear. But yeah, so we do have some pretty strong winds out here. So that would be on the leading edge of this cell right here. All right, just like that, the rain is gone. But all right, once again, I'll kick back up here really quick to the Omaha Metro. Definitely heavy rains just went through Gretna, going right along the interstate. So just got done with the outlet mall, riding along Interstate 80. Sap Brothers, this is 370. Um, out here, Interstate 370, Highway 50, right here, heading down towards Springfield. So definitely, if you're in between Gretna, Springfield, approaching Papillion, La Vista, Ralston, definitely plan on some heavy rain here coming in. Tim, what's going on? Boundary moving through Waverly right now. Winds picked up. Yep, which makes absolute sense because we can see the outflow boundary pushing through. Uh, Tim, thanks so much for that update. I appreciate you. I really do. Um, So as Tim was saying, and what I was saying earlier, right along that boundary. So right where these storms are is our frontal boundary line. So anything still to the east of this and southeast, is the potential for extremely heavy rains, small hail in this area, nothing severe. Um, so yeah, definitely appreciate that report. So if I switch down here to the Blue Hill radar, just south of Hastings, you guys will be able to see if I put this into motion, you guys will see that outflow boundary right here. You guys can just faintly see it. So what Tim was saying is Tim's in Waverly and that boundary just pushed through. So he's going to start getting winds out of the northwest. Well, he could be getting out of the west northwest. So yeah, once again, Tim, appreciate you. All right, we're going to head back down to the Kansas and Nebraska border. We're going to go on the Kansas side. We're going to go just to the east of Concordia, Kansas. This will be for golf ball size hail, up to 60-mile-an-hour winds with considerable damage. If you are underneath this cell, this is the one that we were talking about earlier. We just got done talking about 60-mile-an-hour winds that we just were clocking on there. Definitely some golf ball size hails out of this one, which I'm pretty shocked because I don't see. It could be for this up here. So yeah, good possibility. So on definitely on the north side of this warning, definitely could see some golf ball size hail. So up in here. All right. Once again, thanks everybody for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. I would appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up for this broadcast. Definitely uh, does good for the I can't even say that uh, for the rhythm of YouTube. Uh, Definitely appreciate it. Algorithm. But yeah, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. Tim says, yeah, no problem. Yeah, I appreciate that. All right, still definitely raining here. Let's take a quick peek. If I can get this up really quick. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Da, da, da. All right, so if you guys are in the Omaha Metro, I will give you the latest rainfall amount coming from the weather studio here. All right, if you guys can see that temperature right now in Omaha, 40, basically 45 degrees. Winds are out of the north now, so that front has actually moved through where I live. So winds are out of the north, between 5 and 10, and we have got over a half inch of rain. So over a half inch. So yeah, good stuff here. All right, we're gonna go back to. All right. Let's see. So we have 8 severe thunderstorm warnings. Most of them are down here in Kansas. Let's take a quick peek at that severe thunderstorm warning, just including Ellsworth now. So quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. Man, it's raining out there again. You know what? My yard loves this. Tell you, all of your yards love this rain. All right, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning. This will be just to the west of Marysville in Kansas. So, signature of ping pong size hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. All right, which this would be for right in this area, right in here. So, definitely, if you are in Marysville or even down here in Blue Rapids, you need to be keeping your eyes open. Even Frankfort, um, now is the time to get your stuff in. All right, let's go. All right, this is pretty good. So this severe thunderstorm warning just on the east side of Belleville in Kansas. So still tagging ping pong size hail out of this cell. So definitely if you're in Haddam or Haddam, um, I would definitely get your stuff indoors now. It's been heavy rains out here, but you're going to see some big time hail actually moving in. All right. Actually, we just did this. So did they up it? Okay. So ping pong size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. I think that's what I just said. All right. Let's take a quick peek back up here in Omaha for all the Omaha people. All right. So once again, now through central Sarpy County. So if you are definitely in Springfield, up toward Papillion, La Vista, Ralston, um, definitely heavy rains moving through. Nothing severe. Let me back it out just a little bit for you guys. All right, Ashland, you guys are going to see some pretty intense heavy rain, maybe even little pea-sized hail on the south side of Ashland down there. So Greenwood on the north side. So if you're in between Greenwood and Ashland, even along 80, probably going to see a little bit of hail coming through there. And then probably one more round on the back side of this toward the outlet mall. So outlet mall, you have one more go around for some heavy rain. Then you guys are pretty much done. After this system goes through, yeah, Sarpy, Douglas County down toward Cass and Odo, you guys are done. All right, tons of lightning down here. If you guys just saw all that, tons of lightning. So these are the most recent lightning bolts within the last minute. So definitely a lot of lightning right ahead of this severe thunderstorm warning over in Hardy. So Hardy, Nebraska, going over toward Chester. This will be in the southeast corner of Nebraska. Republic is on the Kansas side. So if you are in Belleville, Cuba, Hanman, or Washington, definitely have some big time storms coming into the area. A lot of lightning in this. Looks like it's going to hold strong just on the extreme southeast corner of Nebraska, southeast corner. So you see that gust front that just moved through right there. So I do believe that there could be some development going right along here, somewhere in here. So that's where we need to watch for development in there and then have it push to the southeast. That's what the models were showing. We'll see if that actually really happens. All right, new severe thunderstorm warning and all of this mess right here. This is actually what we were just talking about. So Cuba, Hanman, severe thunderstorm warning for that same ping pong size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. So definitely, if you are in Washington, Greenleaf, Hanover, you guys, this is your time and place to go put your stuff indoors, and even out toward Marysville. If you guys know anybody in this area, this is pushing due east. The more it pushes due east, it could get worse. This is a 2% chance of tornado risk out here. So any one of these could do a quick spin up. All right, let's take a quick peek. All right, so we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning. This will be on the north side of Great Bend. So this will be for quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. So if you are in Hosington, Albert, it's actually just went through you. So it's on the east side of you. Definitely if you are in this warning just outside of Beaver, Kansas, you guys definitely need to be on the lookout for this cell. So this warning is on the north side of Great Bend. And then just a little bit further to the east in Ellsworth, Kansas, we're still looking at the quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. Then we'll go due north of there. Still looking at the golf ball size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds with considerable damage. Definitely. If you are in Hunter, you guys are getting pulverized right now. A new severe thunderstorm warning just came out for Asherville. So if you are in Hunter, you're getting it right now. But if you are in Asherville, now is your heads up to get your stuff indoors, vehicles, lawn furniture, anything like that. One more time, ping pong size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. This will expire in an hour and 3 minutes. So this must be actually moving pretty slow. Let me see. So it's actually moving east at 30. So we'll kind of put a quick track on this. All right, so we'll give it the benefit of the doubt and go just like 35 mile an hour on this. That way it gives you a little bit more advance warning. All right, so Glasgow and Del Delphus, 49 and 54 minutes. So you guys still have plenty of time to get your stuff inside. All right, let's see if we have another severe thunderstorm warning. All right, there's some big time hail in this one. When you start to see blue, You know there's some big size hail. All right. So let's go back a frame or two. When did we see that? Oh, we did. I know I did. All right. So we have a new severe thunderstorm warning, and this will be back up right along the Kansas and Nebraska border again. So one more time, this will be for ping pong size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. This will be for Republic. So if you're in Republic, one more time, this is probably on the north side of Republic. Here's the latest scan. For this cell right here. Okay. So this cell is actually dropping to the southeast this way. So this should stay on the north side of Republic. All right, let's go back up here to Omaha really quick. All right. Just to the east side of Ashland. So we're looking at right along 80. We're looking at right along the river. So here's 80. Here's Highway 31, Highway 50 coming down toward Schramm Park. All of you that are familiar with this area. So coming down basically Highway 31 to Highway 50. So Tram Park's down here, Buffalo Fluke Road. Your outlet mall is out here for Nebraska Crossing. So definitely one more pretty strong, uh, heavy downpour, maybe even pea-sized hail out towards Tram Park. I had to put that into motion for you guys. All right. East side of Sarpy County, if you were in Bellevue, down toward Offutt. Offutt, you guys are going to get a pretty good downpour here in just a little bit. Papine, Ralston, La Vista, you guys are done now. Winds are going to start turning. Gretna, you're seeing a little back shower right now, but after this is done, you guys are done. Douglas County looks like you guys are basically done. The shower just moved through and you guys are done. So Douglas County goes right through here and up here. So this is where Omaha is. So you guys just have a sliver left right here of a downpour. But on the backside, back here, you guys are good. All right, let's see where some more of these warnings are out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, I only see 8. Let me see where these warnings are really quick. All right, Kansas, 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 California. All right, so it does look like we have a severe thunderstorm warning out in California. Let's take a quick peek out in California really quick. Did that not go? All right, oh, there it is. All right, let's take a quick peek out in looks like Northern California. So just quarter size hail. So this is an extremely higher elevation. Maybe we can get a radar out there. There it is. All right, doesn't look too impressive, so it does look like just a little bit of quarter size hail. Um, Looks like just to the west of Red Bluff and Cottonwood in northern. Are we Northern California? Or are we? We are in extreme Northern California. All right, we'll head back over here where all the action is. All right, we're going to put this in motion to show you guys basically everything that's going on tonight. And you could kind of see a definite line basically going right like through here. So definitely if you're on the west side of this line, you guys are pretty good, at least for tonight. You guys are good. Anything east, southeast, east of this, you guys definitely need to be weather aware tonight. And we're not going anywhere anytime soon. So we are definitely going to keep you guys posted on the latest on these storms. You guys can kind of see that sunset back there in the distance. That's actually pretty cool. So that's the our cloud basically line where that front's going to be pushing through my area. And on the back side, you basically have just a little peak of sun back there. And then it should clear out. All right, let's take a quick peek at these warnings one more time down here. We'll start off kind of in the southern part. So just on the north side of Great Bend in Kansas, still a quarter size hail reporting in this. So this is riding to the northeast. Just to the east of that, Holyrood and Ellsworth. You guys are still in this severe thunderstorm warning. Quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. Will go due north of Lincoln, Kansas. So this is Lincoln, Kansas, where we're looking at now. So quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. This will be for those cells in Hunter and just on the north side of Grant. So once again, if you are still in Asher or even Bernard, pretty soon, Bernard, you will be in this severe thunderstorm warning. So just prepare right now. Just get everything indoors. Pretty good size hail with this ping pong size hail. I'll go ahead and put this in motion for you guys so you guys can see it's basically riding right along this line. So Hunter and Bernard. Hunter, you guys probably had pretty good sized hail that just moved through. All right, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning. This will be on the Kansas side for ping pong sized hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. This will be for Cuba, um, Agenda, and Handom. All right. Once again, if you guys are in this warning, and these cells are all moving to the east. So if you are definitely east of this area, so definitely if you are in Washington, Greenleaf, Lynn, Hanover, you guys can just right now be prepared for these storms heading your way. Marysville and Blue Rapids, you guys know this is coming for you guys. Waterville, is that Cottage Hill, all you guys right along the Kansas Nebraska border. This is coming directly for you. All right, so we officially have no severe thunderstorm warnings on the Nebraska side. So I think closer and closer, that gust front now is actually draping right here. So that's where that boundary line is right now. So if you are east or southeast of this line, you could still have redevelopment activity in here. If you guys are west of this line, you guys are good to go. All right, we'll take a quick peek at tomorrow's severe weather outlook. So this will be a day 2 severe weather outlook for tomorrow. All right. So general thunderstorms. This is a huge area. Geez, even up here in the northwest. All right, Idaho, Montana, um, Oregon, down into California, Nevada. Just a general risk, but we still have the general risk. Nebraska, Colorado, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, over toward Missouri, um, Illinois, and Arkansas. So marginal risk, that would be for basically Wichita down toward Oklahoma City, over toward Amarillo, just on the north side of Little Rock. So this will be for tomorrow's outlook. Let's see, is there a tornado risk for tomorrow? There is no tornado risk for tomorrow. Wind, yep, there is a wind risk, 5% wind. Um, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Wichita, Kansas, Amarillo, Texas, Springfield, Missouri, and Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Sorry, you guys can't see that. So there's a quick outlook for the wind, severe for tomorrow, uh, over 4.5 million people in effect, and it's the same thing with the hail. It's the exact same places. Trying to get this off. All right, so that's day 2. So that is tomorrow's severe weather outlook. All right, we're gonna scan back in. So basically, the biggest condensed area is right here along Nebraska and Kansas, more on the Kansas side. Um, that frontal boundary has basically pushed through. So we're looking at the line is right there. So, like I was saying, anything to the southeast of this, this is fair game in this area right here. Anything to the west, you guys are clear, good to go for tonight. Ah, you can see the sun down there. We get a little sun view before dark. That's pretty cool. All right, still a pretty strong line. Strong to severe thunderstorms riding right along the Nebraska-Kansas border. So once again, if you are along on the Kansas side, Kansas and Nebraska border on the Kansas side due east, you know, big time hailstorms. These are all anywhere from golf ball that I would not put out, that some of these are producing even bigger than golf ball. Yeah, each one of these cells has a good golf ball signature on it. All right, so we have our first weather report. This will be for 1 inch size hail in Washington County. Train spotter, um, 6 miles to the east of Agenda, Kansas. So there is our first actual report by a train spotter out there. Just got some hail in Bellevue. RH, good to see you back, buddy. Seriously, it's good to see you. um, just got some hail in Bellevue. So I assume RH was it like P to marble size hail? I would assume, because that's about all I was tracking in that area was about P to marble size hail. All right. So yeah, definitely came through. It was out of this cell right here. Everything for the most part is wrapping up. So southeastern Sarpy County, so it's already east of Springfield. Um, so it'll be just to the west of Plattsmouth. Cedar Creek just went through you down toward Murray, Weeping Water. I know Beaver Lake is down here in Avoca, Nebraska. So once again, this is all pushing to the east at a pretty quick clip. All right. Let's see if this is a new severe thunderstorm warning out for anywhere here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, and then the one in California. So, all right, we're still pretty good down here. Tons of lightning. You guys seeing this? So wherever you guys see a white cross like this, tons of lightning. These are some pretty good cells down here. Now they're not discrete. So honestly, right now, I don't see any tornado activity. You got to have like a discrete cell. So possibly, discrete this one, this one, this one. Um, we'll have to see if these pan out for anything. But even then, it doesn't really look spectacular for anything. These are some pretty strong winds, though. These are some pretty good. RH. Yeah, Peter Marble here. Yeah, that's cool. Thanks for the report. Appreciate it. That's kind of what I was seeing. Weird cloud movement, low cloud moving to the south. Yeah, so the front, so we have, upper levels and then lower. Oh, come on. All right. Hopefully, I still have you guys. YouTube, it's not receiving enough video, maintain smooth stream. All right. Sorry about that. Uh, are we back? Hello, camera. Martin, hello. Good to see you. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, my stream, probably due to the weather, just completely crashed. Now I'm trying to get it back up again. Give me just a second. All right. Hopefully, you guys are still there with me. Come on. All right. I got to reboot my. Give me 2 seconds, guys. All right, you guys. Trying to get going back up again. Just had like a little power surge. I don't know if it was from lightning or what it was from. But yeah, totally lost everything. So hopefully you guys are still there and you guys can still hear me. If you guys can still hear me, give me a thumbs up or at least say something in the chat. I think our stream came back up. All right. I think we're back up and running again. All right. Let's see, where were we? All right. We're gonna just take a quick peek back up in the Omaha Metro. So if you guys are tuning in, just south of Bellevue, so Bellevue, Plattsmouth, down toward Murray, Beaver Lake area. Let me see, Nahaka, Union. Um, Definitely seeing this line of storms moving through your area. You guys trying to get up my live cameras again really quick. Give me just a second. I apologize. All right. Martin, hello. RH says, Martin, where are you from? You from around here? All right, you guys, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning down in Kansas. This is that cell I was talking about. So Lincoln, Kansas, Bernard, I said you were going to be in this, and Beverly. So this is still for golf ball size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. Man, you can see that right there. Look at that. That's crazy. You guys, I have to turn on my fan really quick. It is, with all these lights and everything, it is getting extremely hot in here. So give me 2 seconds. All right, maybe that'll get some air flowing through here. Yeah. All right. So once again, so if you are in Bernard, Lincoln, and Beverly, you are in the severe thunderstorm warning. But I think more than none, Bernard, you're the one who has to get your stuff indoors. This is growing pretty rapidly with this hail core. So this is definitely going to be bigger than golf ball size hail. All right. Tons of severe thunderstorm warnings up here, all clumped together. So definitely, if you are in Marysville, Blue Rapids, Frankfort, you guys just expect this whole line of basically severe thunderstorms with extremely large hail to move toward your area. So even if you are way ahead of this line, you guys should just automatically know that this is coming your way. All right, so golf ball size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds, golf ball size hail, golf balls, ping pong size hail. There we go. All right, now we're looking at ping pong size hail. All right, that's cool. Um, Ping pong size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. This one back here is still for ping pong, but I think that ping pong size, yeah, definitely this one on the north side of Belleville, definitely ping pong size. I don't see ping pong back here. All right, there we go. That's what we are just talking about. Continuation down Marysville and Blue Rapids. Now, if you're in Frankfort, um, Centrilla, you guys, this is heading your way. So if you guys know anybody east of this location, even as far as St. Joseph, Missouri, Kansas City, or Kansas City's down there. I don't think it'll get that down that far, um, southward that far. But yeah, this is some big time hail core storms. All right. So this one, just and let's see what this is. So golf ball size up to 60-mile-an-hour winds for this one. So this will be north side of Lincoln, heading toward Bernard in Kansas. Extremely huge hail. All right, all right, looks like we have, well, no, they just kind of condensed it. So new or old severe thunderstorm warning still on the north side of Great Bend and north of Ellenwood. So just quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. All right, so we do have a storm report coming out of this one. 3 miles north, Lorraine, Kansas. That's an Ellsworth train spotter, 1 inch size hail in this one. All right, let's take a really quick up here in Omaha, really quick. Um, Still, I mean, a lot of rain, anywhere from, yeah, this whole area, geez, over from, say, Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, through Marshalltown, Newton, Des Moines, heading back down Creston, Atlantic, down toward Council Bluffs and Nebraska City. You know, three-quarters of the state of Iowa has rain in it. All right. So quick down from Plattsmouth down toward Nebraska City. All right. Radar is, come on. There we go. All right. So anywhere from Plattsmouth going down almost 29, going down toward Nebraska City, just a heavy downpour of rain for 15 or so minutes, and it's moving on to the east, and you guys are good. Um, where did that little thing just pop up from? Well, this will not turn into anything severe. All right, we're gonna go back down here into Kansas. All right, so we are down to 9 severe thunderstorm warnings. All right, so let's take a look at these. These are like massive warnings here. So Marysville and Blue Rapids. So we're still looking at golf ball size hail signature, 60-mile-an-hour winds with considerable damage. If you are underneath this cell, so Greenleaf, Waterville, seriously, Greenleaf, you just got it. So Waterville, you're in the path. Blue Rapids and Maryville. Uh, Cottage Hill, you're not getting this one. You're going to get this one. All right. Latest radar scans coming in. Still golf ball size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour wind. If you are in Lynn, uh, this cell is almost about ready to be on top of you. So extremely big hail in this. So if this moves due east, Greenleaf, you're going to get round two, Waterville, Cottage Hill, and Blue Rapids. We're going to put this in motion really quick. This isn't really moving very fast. I mean, seriously, this storm is not moving fast. Yeah, east at 15 miles an hour. So definitely, this is not a fast moving storm. So if you get underneath this cell with golf ball, ping pong size hail, it's going to do a lot of damage. So giving you a heads up now, Lynn, Greenleaf, Waterville, Cottage Hill, Blue Rapids, all the way over here to Frankfort. You guys need to be aware of this cell coming your way, moving east. Slow, but it's getting there. Let's put a tracker on this really quick. Let's go with this massive cell right here. So it said 15 miles an hour. Let's man, that is like really slow. I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt and say 20 miles an hour to give you guys a little uh leeway. All right, if you guys can see this, Blue Rapids 38 minutes, Frankfort Centrilla 87 minutes. So hour and 15 20 minutes. So you guys got plenty of time to go get your stuff in because this is heading your way. All right, we are down to 8 severe thunderstorm warnings. One, two, three, four, five, six. Some of these has to be in California again. Kansas, Kansas. Okay, there's our California one. Kansas. Yeah, Kansas and one in California. So we're good. All right, let's see if we can bring back up our live feed cameras. Oh, there's a little spot that just popped in. Maybe not. All right, still looking at this line. Let's see. Let's start. Yeah, don't believe that one in Hastings. There's nothing there. All right. So Concordia, I thought you were out of the woods there for a second, but have another round. So anything until this line, this front passes through, you can get redevelopment on the back end of this. So that's what's going on. So now after this next line goes through here, you should be good. All right. So severe thunderstorm warning now just on the east side of Belleville. Still $half size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. This is still a golf ball size in this one. So we did have another report. So if you were, like I said, Lynn, Greenleaf, Waterville, and Cottage Hill, you guys this is heading your way. So if you guys know anybody in this area, they need to be aware of this. All right, let's see what this report is. Okay, this was the 1 inch size hail. Let's look back at this one. Still 1 inch. So this is 4 miles. So we have 4 miles and 6 miles. So saying the same thing, train spotter of 1 inch size hail. All right, here comes the latest radar scan coming through. All right, one more time, north side of Lincoln. This will be for the what? This will be for west of Minneapolis, Kansas. So, all right, now we're pushing lime size hail up to 70-mile-an-hour winds in lime size hail. So this is big time considerable damage threat. Is this cell right here? This is one I keep warning everybody about. If you are in Bernard, uh, Beverly, Tescott, Minneapolis, you guys need to take this one. All right, we have a tornado warning. Let's see where this is. Where is it? Where is this tornado warning? California? Are you serious? All right, so we have a tornado warning in California. So, Firebraw, There's no other towns in this warned area, but this is in California. Rotation down in here. Moving to the north. Let's see how fast this is going. All right. Northeast at 15. So once again, this is also a slow moving storm. But yeah, you don't get tornado warnings out in California that often, that's for sure. But that's actually a pretty good sell. I believe this is still in north. This is actually just outside of Fresno. Wow. Really? I did some military training out here. This is crazy. All right. So if you are just west of Mendota, California, you are in a tornado warning for the next 35 minutes. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. All right. Once again, just like the west side of Fresno. I mean, it's a little ways from Fresno, I'll tell you that. So we're looking at about 43 miles from Fresno to the west, but an active tornado warning. Down here was your spot of rotation, moving north northeast. That's pretty crazy, people. All right. So once again, I'll go back to Kansas and Nebraska, but tornado warning west of Fresno in California. All right. So we have a few severe thunderstorm warnings around here still. All right. Golf ball size hail, considerable damage, 60-mile-an-hour winds. If you were in Marysville, Blue Rapids, Waterville, Cottage Hill, you have this hail core come in probably right in between. Here's the latest radar scan. All right, so basically, if you're in Marysville or Waterville, I would be more worried about you with this one. If you are in Cottage Hill, Lynn, you guys are getting pulverized right now with extremely large hail. So this one will probably hit Cottage Hill. All right, we're going to go back down to this one. This one was lime size hail. So we have 2-inch size, up to 70-mile-an-hour winds, considerable damage. So this will be just to the south of Bernard, north of Lincoln. Let's do a quick motion on this cell really quick. Man, it's going to split you guys right in half. So now, if you are in Beverly or Tescott, I would be worried about this one right here. If you guys know anybody in Beverly or Tescott, they have some big time hail coming. Minneapolis, Bennington, Kansas. So Bennington, Kansas. Culver, Kansas. You guys need to be aware of this storm right here. All right, they let the severe thunderstorm warnings for Great Bend allowed to expire. What is going on with my cameras? Why aren't you guys working? All right, that's better. Now we'll get back our cameras. All right. Once again, all right. Now we're down to about three severe thunderstorm warnings. So as evening falls, I mean, we have monster-sized hail. Even though there's three severe thunderstorm warnings right here, this is some monster-sized hail in these warnings. All right, we're gonna head back out to California. So we have a new severe thunderstorm warning in Northern California. Still a possible tornado label signature on this one. Of course, I don't see anything out here. That's weird. But they still have that tornado warning. It'll be west side of Fresno. How does St. Joe, Missouri? I will give me 2 seconds and I will head out there. Once again, just this was on the west side, about 50 miles west of Fresno. Just to the north now of Mendota. This is in California. So roughly 29 more minutes. So there's nothing really out here, at least not really in the warned area. But this is some crazy stuff to see a tornado warning out here. All right, we're gonna head back. All right, St. Joe, Missouri. You guys will probably see this line of thunderstorms moving in. So we'll go ahead and put this in motion. So you can see this is heading due east toward St. Joseph. Um, so definitely heavy rains, strong winds, and extremely large hail. You guys are still on the southeast side of this front. So as this movement is moving east, there's some pretty big hail. Now, you guys are still in a 2% tornado risk for tonight. So if we kind of do future radar on this really quick. So we'll kind of put this. So this was 7 o'clock, which is pretty accurate. So 9 o'clock. All right. So St. Joe, roughly about 10, definitely 11, and then sliding southeastward. Then that's when we're going to start getting into Kansas City. This looks like definitely a windbag. Definitely strong winds, probably large hail, even going into Topeka. So Manhattan down toward Topeka, Lawrence, Kansas. I'm sorry, you guys can't see that. Let me bring that back out. All right, so we're looking at about 10 o'clock right there, 11, 12, 1, 2, and then that's when this Bowen, let me, right here, if you guys can see that, if that's, true, this is more of a wind threat heading through Kansas City. So yeah, we'll be here for quite a while. There's some pretty populated areas in here. Yeah, we're not going to let you guys. We definitely will not let you guys down with this storm. So yeah, we'll be here for quite a while with this. Misty, welcome into the channel, but I lost the wall cloud already. Something uh, is embedded in hail wind shift. Misty, where are you? Where are you from? Oh, sorry, that line of thunderstorms just had a wall cloud on it. Which one were you looking at? Yeah, exactly. Misty, where are you? Which line of storms? Sorry. You guys have to know that I'm about 15 seconds ahead of you. So when you talk to me, there's delayed because of YouTube. So Misty, where are you? Or was Misty the one in Okay, so she's north of St. Louis. So you're north of St. Louis? Oh, you're like clear out here. Well, you can be happy. There is nothing in your neck of the woods. The line of storms you're looking at. Yeah, no, there you're talking over in Kansas. Well, it's not a wall cloud. What they're probably seeing out of this is a shelf cloud. So there's definitely a shelf cloud pushing through here. Now, if you're talking about the live camera I had up earlier, that was actually in eastern Nebraska. So yeah, not quite sure. If you were looking at that shelf cloud, that's where I live. Yeah, there you go. All right, you guys, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning, 2 inch. So this is lime size hail. This is crazy size hail. This is lime size hail with 60-mile-an-hour winds. So this will just be continuation. I tried to give you guys warning earlier. Minneapolis, Tescott, Culver. I mentioned you guys earlier. Take this serious. This is a damaging hail threat thunderstorm here. Now, ahead of this line, Bennington, Longford, Buckeye, um, Albion, you guys need to be aware of this cell still moving to the east. Junction City, you're down the road. Ogden, Manhattan, you know, this cell here is no joke. So definitely you guys. All right, we're gonna move back up to this one up here. All right, they're labeling this one as lime size hail too. This is big. So just to the east, southeast of Lynn. What's this? Kaimo. I want to say chemo, Kaimo. If you're in this, you guys need to get your stuff in. Still, Cottage Hill, you are still possibly in the line of this. Let's take a quick peek on the movement of this. Yeah, I would say, yeah, Cottage Hill, you guys will be in another updated severe thunderstorm warning here pretty soon. So, yeah, no joke on this one, too. All right. Sorry, trying to get back up my live camera feed. My cameras went out in this area, so my apology. All right, Misty, I'm watching a storm chaser that's on the Kansas line. You are probably watching John McKinney. So I am trying to partner up with John. John is also a Nebraska native. So trying to work out a deal with him, but you are probably watching John. He is in Marysville, Kansas right now. So he is. What storm is he on? He's on this one, I believe, isn't he? Where is he? Da, 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 da. Oh, he's on this one. Yep. So he's on this storm. He's probably heading south. He is heading south. So he is on the one exactly the one we're looking at right now. So once again, this intensity on the hail is picking back up again. So Waterville, you need to get your stuff inside. Blue Rapids, Marysville, Cottage Hill. Cottage Hill, you guys are looking at this one back here. You guys aren't looking at this one. You guys are looking at this one. They will definitely extend probably this warning, probably something like that. Sorry, I don't realize how zoomed in I am. All right. So this warning will probably come out, something like that. This is huge size hail right here. All right, we might be getting back up our cameras. All right, you guys. All right. So once again, just outside of Marysville, Waterville, Blue Rapids, and Cottage Hill. So you guys still have golf ball size signature label on this. Just down. This is still lime size hail. So just we're talking right here where there's blue mark, Cottage Hill. You have got to get your stuff inside. I would get to the inner part of your home. I mean, we're talking get away from windows. If you are in Cottage Hill or even Blue Rapids, this is some big time hail in here. We'll go a little bit further down to the southwest really quick. Just to the north of Lincoln, Kansas, Beverly, Kansas, Tescott, Minneapolis. We're still looking at up to 70-mile-an-hour winds, lime size hail with this one too. This is some big hail. All right, you guys. So if you are in Beverly, Tescott, Culver, Minneapolis, just get on the interior part of your home or building. Just get away from windows with this cell. This is crazy. There is just some huge time hail with this. So this is a little delayed on their hail, but holy man, this hail is absolutely enormous, which is just pushing straight down. So once again, Beverly, Tescott, Culver, um, Minneapolis. I think this is actually going to push to your southwest, which is a good thing. But if you guys know anybody, Beverly, Tescott, Culver, this is some big time hail in here. Misty or Tim, sorry, there's a small cell just popped up east of Lincoln. Are you serious? Okay, Tim, I will get to that one. Give me 2 seconds. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is exactly the one I was just telling everybody about that they will reissue. Lime size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. So once again, are you kidding me? Look at that. They cut Cottage Hill out. How are they going to do that to me? Cottage Hill, I would still get into your interior place. You know why they did this is because this is a different National Weather Service line. So that's the cutoff. So anyway, if you are in Ralph, Osberg, Riley, or Green in this area, get your stuff inside, get into the interior part of your home or building, get away from windows. This is good size hail. We're talking good size hail. Misty, that line produced a brief 15-minute tour and it got posted on Twitter. Vance talking about it. Really? No kidding. All right. Tim was talking about just to the east of Lincoln. Give me just a second. What am I seeing? All right. Well, it is. So Waverly, if you are in well, not even Waverly, if you're in Eagle, Elmwood, Weeping Water, down toward Avoca, okay. Now that's definitely a clear line right there of where that front is. Right there. You can't even give it just a second. Right there is where that line is. So, like I was saying, anything on the west side of that line, you're not going to see, but anything to the south, southeast of that line, you could see redevelopment. And that's just, yeah, where that line is. It's sitting up right there now. But yeah, Tim, thanks for that. So, yeah, Weeping Water, even Plattsmouth, this could get redevelop out here. Bellevue, probably not. So it'll take a little bit to redevelop. So Plattsmouth, Weeping Water, down toward Murray, Beaver Lake, Avoca. Um, Definitely could see round two here coming in here in just a little bit. All right, we're gonna go back down to the south. All right, so we have another storm report out of this one, 2-inch size hail, 1 mile to the north of Greenleaf, Kansas. This was from a storm chaser down there. But even then, if you are just south of that report in here, you're still looking at lime size hail up to 2 inch. And I'm still putting Cottage Hill, Randolph, and uh, Olsberg in that. Green, I have a feeling this will stay to your north. Riley, it could still stay to your north, but they'll put you in there. Um, yeah, this is heading basically Cottage, Randolph, and Olsberg. If you guys are in this area or know anybody in that area, let them know. Uh, all right, they back this down to $half size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. Waterville, Blue Rapids, out toward Frankfort in Kansas. This is still moving east. Let's put this into motion. You guys can see. I think it's kind of just turning more of rain, heavy rains as it's moving further to the east. So I think this will drop further, other not east but southeast, because that boundary line is going to start pushing in from the west, and it's going to start pushing storms more southeast than east. You guys, we still have that tornado warning out in California. Let's take a quick peek at that one really quick. Western Fresno. All right, let's take a quick peek out there. And that's what we were talking about earlier. All right, so that is really almost out. Yeah, that's almost out of the area. So your rotation is on the outside of this basically this warned area. How many more minutes? 10 more minutes? I think they'll allow this to expire before that 10 minutes is up. All right, so they do in the severe thunderstorm warning, possible tornado label signature, quarter size hail up to 70-mile-an-hour winds. Let's look at velocities back again with some of these. Well, these winds are probably stronger at the lower level, but definitely not up here. Hmm. Now, these cloud tops are absolutely enormous, almost 70,000 feet. Yeah, that's crazy, crazy, crazy. So, for you guys, if you guys are even watching from California, so this is roughly about 50 miles to the west of Fresno. So if we were actually to put a track on this from downtown Fresno to this area is well 38 miles. So 38 miles away from Fresno, California. All right, we're going to kick back over. All right, you guys. So we are in Kansas. So just to the southwest of Marysville, Kansas, still half dollar size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. And this is a good sell right here. 2-inch size hail. That's lime size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. Once again, we are talking about Cottage Hill, Randolph, Olsberg, and even Green. Green, you're in the severe thunderstorm warning, but this will actually stay to your north. So um, this is pretty good size. Uh, so this severe thunderstorm warning still has this lime size. So back here, you're done with the lime size hail. So we're talking this right here. So pretty soon, this will be allowed to expire, and we are moving in this severe thunderstorm warning box. All right. So basically, Blue River, you guys are probably going to be seeing some hail. So Waterville, you guys are seeing some hail right now. Cottage Hill, this hail is right on your doorstep. And Blue Rapids, and out a little bit further to the east, Frankfort. So we've already had one report of 2-inch size hail 1 mile north of Greenleaf. That is in Washington County. So I actually think we have. All right. So John McKinney is actually in Blue Rapids right now. So he's in Blue Rapids looking at this cell just to the west in Waterville. Just a ton of lightning in that area. All right, let's take a look. Let me see. Here's another storm report. I don't know if we actually looked at this one. So this is just to the north of Grant in Kansas. So inch and three quarters. So this is 6 miles east northeast of Ash Grove. This will be in Lincoln County by law enforcement of inch and three quarters. All right. So once again, this has got some big hail. So Beverly, Tescott, Culver, Minneapolis, you are definitely in this Warren area, over toward Bennington. Once again, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Means a lot. Hit that like and subscribe button for me. It does mean a lot. It's absolutely free. Hit the subscribe, like, hit the bell icon. This is going to be an active few days. I do have a full-time job, but when I can, I will be going live with the severe weather coverage. So hit that like and subscribe button for me. I'd appreciate it. All right, we're going to go back up. This is some huge hail. All right, people, I can't emphasize. And where you guys see all these white crosses, these are within the last minute lightning strikes. So we're talking cloud to ground lightning and all of these places where you see a white cross. So within the last minute. All right, once again, uh, Randolph, Olsberg, Cottage Hill. I'm telling you, Cottage Hill, just get away from your windows. This is heading your way. Had a lot of notice on this. Waterville, Blue Rapids, you know, there's some big hail in this severe thunderstorm warning for both of them. Look at this. These are absolutely monster hail core signatures. So they are a few scans behind. So it's back here, but that is now right here. I mean, it's huge. All right, here's the latest scan. Cottage Hill, it is right on your doorstep. You guys, let's take a quick peek back up into Nebraska really quick. I know there was a little bit of redevelopment back here. All right. Eagle, just to the north of Elmwood, heading over toward Weeping Water. Probably a little shower over Manly, just outside of Louisville. Uh, Plattsmouth, you may see another shower. Murray, Beaver Lake, Union. Let's head up toward, looks like Council Bluffs. You guys are seeing a downpour right now. So Council Bluff is in Iowa for everybody who does not know. So this is Missouri River, Omaha, Carter Lake. This is I-29 right here. The interstate runs north-south. This is I-80 right here, runs east-west. So now if you live on the west side of the interstate, northwest side of 80, you're good. There shouldn't be anything else. That line has gone past. That line is right here. So you guys should be good. Clarinda, you guys are seeing Shenandoah, Essex, Red Oak, Villisca. So out here at the Villisca Axe Murder House, Lizzie Bourne. You guys know that tale? We'll see how old you guys really are. If you guys know the Lizzie Bourne Axe Murder House out here in Villisca, let me know. And let me know where everybody's tuning in from. I'd really like to know where you guys are tuning in. You guys in Nebraska, Kansas? Where are you? California, outside of Fresno, and that tornado warning? Are you kidding me? That's crazy. All right. So John McKinney is outside of Blue Rapids. So, all right. So they went ahead and let that severe thunderstorm warning go, which is actually really surprising. But you still got this pretty big hail core out here. Unless that's a different weather center out there. That's, yeah, it's kind of crazy that they would let, there's still some pretty good sized hail. So in between Waterville and Blue Rapids, there's still some pretty good hail. Now, they still have 2-inch lime size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds, severe threat, still. We'll come into Cottage Hill, Turtle Creek Recreation Area. So if we have any recreational people, campers, tents, whatever, you know, it's going to be a doozy here in probably about 20 minutes. 15, 20 minutes. Randolph, Olsberg. Oh, there we go. This is what I was just talking about. Just said I am really surprised there is not a warning. All right, so they did reissue that severe thunderstorm warning. Waterville, Cottage Hill, Blue Rapids. This is for up to quarter size hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. But I'm telling you, if you are in this area right in here, we're still looking at extremely large hail. All right, let's drop down to the south a little bit. Let's go back down toward Minneapolis, Kansas, and Lincoln, Kansas. Tescott, Culver, Minneapolis. All right, they lowered it down to quarter size hail, up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. That's good. Um, Down toward Beverly, they're still tagging this for lime size hail. So if you're in Beverly, actually just went through Beverly, that's the latest scan. So anywhere in this neck of the woods, you guys are seeing monster size hail. Culver, you could be next. Let's put this in motion and let's see where this is going to hit. All right, Culver, it's may pass to your south. This one, you may be clipped by this northern one, but I think you'll luck out on the most severe hail. So Glendale, if you are in Glendale, actually Salina. I didn't know Salina was this close. If you're in Salina or New Cambria, you guys need to be on the lookout for this cell right up here. So if you guys know anybody, Culver, Salina, New Cambria, um, yeah, let them know. I think this warning will actually extend down here. They did have some monster hail in that cell. And thank goodness it's decreased a little bit. Isaac, hello. What's going on? Where's everybody tuning in from tonight? Everybody's quiet. Where's everybody watching in from? RH, yeah. Where's Missy? All right. So we do have Kansas City, Missouri in here. She said, "Sup?" Sorry, I didn't see that before. All right, so we have Kansas City, Missouri. Kansas City, you guys are in the path of this, this storm. Well, it'll continue to the east, so you guys are good. Our subscriber in St. Joe, Missouri. You guys are probably seeing a little bit of rain going to start moving in here shortly. I wish we had the radar over here just outside. Let's go this one. All right, six severe thunderstorm warnings. I know a couple of those are out in California, and we have four right here. So we have two in California and four here. All right, we'll go north side of Salina. So back down to quarter size hail. This one might be a little bigger. All right, we're still looking at golf ball size hail, and that just drops out. So all right, so Beverly, you just had it. All right, Tescott, like I said, it might just push to your south. And even Culver, this might push to your south. So I probably will have a warning down probably in this neck of the woods, maybe going like that. So we'll have to watch this as it drops to the southeast. That is all I know because we have Salina, Kansas right there. So if you guys know anybody in Salina, hey, give them a heads up. You guys have a storm up to your northwest, moving southeast. You better bring your cars in the garage. All right, we're going to go back up to this storm over here. All right, so they pushed it back up to lime size. Was it lime size earlier? So 2-inch size hail on this one and quarter on this one. All right, so they're still looking at this area right here for the biggest hail. All right, so we'll see. If you're in Randolph, this is coming right towards you. Definitely on this latest scan, even though it did weaken just a little bit, there's still some hail in here. All right, so if you are definitely in Randolph or Olsburg, Cottage Hill, I know you're seeing hail right now. Cottage Hill, you are in almost in the brunt of it right now. This is pretty severe hail right here. Oh, let's see. Who's low cloud shooting south from my house in Bellevue, going to feed those other storms. Yeah, it's all pushing, so that front's moving through. So that front has definitely pushed. So with you by saying south winds over here, so that front has pushed through. You know what? Let's do this really quick for everybody here. We're gonna go wind direction. All right, there you guys go. Here is the current wind direction where everybody is. So you can see where that line has pushed through right here down to the south. So push down to the south. So we're still getting what? East, what is that? Northeast winds down toward Beatrice. Southwest winds down here in Kansas. We have this is crazy. Like right here, we have two completely different wind directions right there. You know, I would, high level winds with low level shear. This is crazy. Um, Winds out of the south here, probably extremely warm over here. Sorry, don't have you guys on here. All right, so this is what I'm looking at here. So, oh, there you go. I'm not tripping. No, you're not tripping. Winds are definitely out of the north, pushing south, and then we have south winds down here, Topeka, Kansas City, St. Joe, Missouri. But this is crazy. Look at this right here. So we got winds pushing in from the southwest, and we have winds pushing in from the northeast. Right here in Fall City. So it'd be Fall City, Nebraska. This is crazy. Let's do a quick wind speed. Let's look at everybody's wind speeds really quick. All right, down here in Kansas, we have 17 miles an hour, 12, 13. We'll come back up here toward Omaha, 9. RH, kind of where you are, probably 15 miles out of the north. So, I mean, these aren't terrible wind gusts. So, these are all the winds. Nothing super strong. All right. RH said, there you go. I am not tripping. Nope, you're not tripping. As soon as that front moved through, winds turned out of the north. And actually, right now, they are out of the north here at the weather studio at 12 miles an hour out of the north. All right. Like I was saying, winds around here, the Omaha Metro, about 12 miles an hour out of the north. So, uh, yeah, that line has done past us. All right. We're gonna go back up to Blue Rapids, quarter size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. And this has come down. Randolph, I think you lucked out. Says ping pong size hail, still 60-mile-an-hour winds. But the hail intensity has actually come down, even on the last couple of scans. So yeah, biggest hail right in there. If anything, it may push off to the on the north side of Randolph, heading towards Olsburg. We'll have to see if it drops even more. All right, so we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning down here in Salina. This is what I was letting everybody know. Golf ball size hail, up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. So once again, if you know anybody in Salina, Tescott, you guys are getting it. Culver, you guys are getting it. You guys are just getting pounded right now with extremely large hail. It says quarter, but I think it's probably a little bit bigger than quarter, just not golf ball. So either way, if your vehicles are out, they're getting dinged. Well, they say quarter up there, but they're tagging it down here for golf ball. So that is kind of what I am guessing. So, like I said, if you were in Salina or New Cambria, even you guys, you're not in the exact warning, but you very well could be here shortly. Misty. Uh, it's too dark to see the hail. It may be too dark to see it, but you will sure hear it. Trust me, if your house or apartment or whatever is underneath one of these hail cores, let me tell you what, you will definitely hear it. All right, five severe thunderstorm warnings. Four are all just right in this area. All right, Blue Rapids still, they're just tagging it for quarter size hail, which sounds about right. Blue Rapids, you probably just had some hail move through. Cottage Hill, you guys just had some hail move through. This was probably your biggest hail is right in this area right here. So Turtle Creek Wildlife Area. It might just pass to your south. So you had wildlife area up here and recreation down here. So the recreation area, yeah. If you guys were in a tent down here, you guys probably no longer have a tent. Misty, the storm chases are starting to head south for a severe threat tomorrow. Yeah, and that's where we were talking about. So I'll show everybody again the severe weather outlook for day two, which is tomorrow. So this is a day two outlook right here. So Springfield, Missouri, Fayetteville, Louisiana, over toward Tulsa, Oklahoma, Wichita, Kansas, Hutchinson, Kansas, Garden City, down toward Amarillo, Texas, even in the far northeastern part of New Mexico. So pretty big outlook. But I don't think, honestly, there wasn't any tornado. Let's see if they updated it. They didn't. So there is no tornado probability for tomorrow. So all we are looking at is winds and hail is the biggest threat. So if they're going down there, cool, but not seeing a tornado outbreak tomorrow by any means. Let's look at day let's look at day 3. Let's see what day 3 holds. All right, look at day 3. Day 3 moves all the way up in here, Omaha, Columbus, Grand Island, Lexington, North Platte, Lincoln, down toward Beatrice, Hastings, Holdridge. Day 3 is what? Day 3 is uh, Thursday, Friday, for Saturday. All right. So good possibility, probability that we could probably be going live on Saturday. So I know somebody in the stream earlier said Monday. Yeah, I'm more worried about Saturday than Monday. All right. So Saturday looks pretty good here. All right. Oh, I wish they'd be getting some more storm reports. All right, so they condensed down this area just outside of Salina. All right, so what's still in here? Culver and Tescott, you guys aren't in the warning anymore. So west of Bennington, so Culver, you are getting smacked right now with probably what quarter size hail. And Salina, you guys are in the path. You guys, luckily enough, the hail core is drastically going down in size. All right, I'm gonna put you guys over here. How is Dairy Queen's food? I only go to Dairy Queen for ice cream. And actually, I can't even tell you when the last time I went to Dairy Queen was. Honestly. Oh, Misty says 100%. Pretty good. I think I know. Don't they serve hamburgers and other things there now at Dairy Queen? It's not just ice cream. Don't they serve actual food there? All right, Missy said, had the chicken strips and fries with some ice cream tonight. Are you serious? You went to DQ tonight? Misty, where are you watching from? Are you the one in, where were you? Were you in St. Joe? No, you're not in St. Joe. Misty, tell me one more time, where are you watching from? What city or town? I only had ice cream there. Yeah, exactly. I only had ice cream there too. All right. Let's get back to this. So, all right, only five severe thunderstorm warnings as of right now, and four of them are in Kansas. Misty, north of St. Louis. That's right. Sorry, forgot. Oh, are you in Bowling Green? That's cool. All right, so ping pong size hail still tagged for this one for another 8 minutes. Was that this one? No, quarter size in this. All right, so 8 minutes. So, oh, it's getting a little bit stronger than again. If you're in Olsburg, could be seeing at least quarter size hail out of this. All right, and if you're in Westmoreland, you guys are in path of this severe storm too. Wish we had more storm reports out of this area. All right, there we go. New severe thunderstorm warning just came out just to the north of Manhattan. So, Westmoreland just said your name. All right, Westmoreland, you guys are now in a severe thunderstorm warning for the next 36 minutes. RH, I grew up with frozen yogurt and 31 flavors in Southern California. What part of Southern California? So we're really familiar with Anaheim, Orange County area down there in Southern California. Where'd you grow up? less than an hour away from the Mississippi River that is currently hitting flood stage. Is it really hitting flood stage out there? Where are we? You said how north of St. Louis, and boy, you're north of St. Louis. Misty, I'm trying to find you. Orange County, there you go. So my grandparents used to live in Orange County. They lived in San Dimas. You probably heard of it. Up toward Ellsbury. Oh, okay. Oh, Bria. Yep. All right. This is our biggest threat right now. How's California doing? I think they just have that severe thunderstorm warning now. That tornado warning was allowed to expire quite a while ago. Let me see. Kansas, Potawatomi. That's not Nebraska, is it? All right, East. All right. Give me 2 seconds. Let me no. Potawatomi, Marshall. This is not in. Oh, that's right where we were. All right. So that's this county. All right. California. We'll check that one out really quick again. All right. Chowchilla is in a severe thunderstorm warning. This is, where are we compared to Fresno? All right. So this is that same tornado warn storm. It's now just a severe thunderstorm warning. It still has a possible tornado label on it with 1 inch size hail. All right, come on, radar. All right. So just like itty bitty cell, Chowchilla, you guys are in the severe thunderstorm warning. Very, very, very bright. It's not even anything to brag about, but right there would be the rotation if it was. But that is nothing to brag about. San Dimas is Riverside. Yes, it is. With the random severe storms that popped up yesterday. I was not on yesterday. I knew this event was going to happen. Like I said, I still have a full-time job that I do, so when I can, then I come live. Like tomorrow will be crazy. Saturday I'm off, so Saturday is a good chance we go live. Um, it could be a pretty significant weather event on Saturday, from what I'm looking. All right, we're going to head back over to Kansas really quick. All right, Olsberg, you're dead in the center of this. Look at this. This is a little bit of a look at that. We'll have to wait and see what this turns out to be, if anything. But still, that's pretty something to watch. That's something to watch. There is some really gusty winds right there. We're all right. We're looking at about 71-mile-an-hour winds just at west of Westmoreland. We're gonna have to look right in this area, right in here. It's dry air, but we'll have to keep our eye on this one. This is looking kind of interesting. Roseanne, welcome to the stream. In the St. George, Kansas area. St. George, Kansas. Where is that? Uh, George. Oh, so you are in severe thunderstorm warning. That's my area. Yep, that is your area. So you are east of Manhattan. So you are definitely in the severe thunderstorm warning. Oh yeah, you are definitely in there. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely keep my eye on. Well, okay, what I was keeping my eye on is gone, so it wasn't that big. We'll see what the latest velocities say, but yeah, nothing there anymore. We'll Roseanne, we'll put a track on this. So I can almost tell you that you're not going to see anything from this. You might see some showers from this side coming in from Manhattan, but this severe stuff you're not going to see. Misty check third attempt in the past couple of hours. That's starting to rotate again. I saw that and that was rotating, but yeah, we just kind of lost our hook echo. So that latest scan, we kind of lost it. Yeah, we definitely lost it there. Now, I will say extremely gusty winds in here. So there's 60, there's 65. I know I clocked to 70, so um yeah. So definitely some gusty winds in here. Lots of wind. Yes. You're just south of Morley. Yep. I actually have you marked on the map. Roseanne, this is where you are. All right, so we have a new severe thunderstorm warning for continuation from Blue Rapids. Um, this is more on the wind gust. So we're only looking at 3/4 inch size hail. So we're looking at not that big of hail. Uh penny size hail. So gust 60-mile-an-hour gusty winds, penny size hail. There's an inflow boundary attached to that, at least 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. Yeah, Oh, there was. Yeah, we clocked it. There were some extremely gusty winds in there. Still six like up to 60 mile an hour. All right, Salina, let's go back down to you really quick. I have left you out. So Salina, Kansas. You guys are still tagged for ping pong size hail up to 60 mile an hour winds. Look at that, people. We got a little bit of action. All right, let's see this latest scan. Not impressive. Salina, this might actually stay to your north. I don't, honestly, I don't believe this is probably going to come south. Let's get, let's put this in motion. All right. So it's like really deteriorated. Honestly, yeah, Salina, I think you're good. I think this is really going to stay to your north. So with that being said, New Cambria, this is going to smack you right in the face. But I don't think, well, they're like I said, they're still tagging it for ping pong size hail, so you're going to get smacked here. All right, let's go back up toward Westmoreland. Oh, is that did that hook up just come again? You got to be kidding me. All right, so check this out. So we have a little hook right there. We have a good inflow notch, and then it pans out right there. Then we go a couple more scans, and then bam, another little inflow notch starting to happen. Wish I lived back and you wish you lived back in earthquake. Oh, RH, you're funny. Earthquake country. Why? We've been getting earthquakes here in Nebraska. Seriously. I mean, it's been like crazy here. You guys, we've gotten over 6/10 of an inch. If you live in the Omaha metro, we have gotten over 6/10 of an inch of rain. My yard loves it. Let me see. That hook is staying, I think. Yeah, yeah, that's the latest scan right there. That's kind of crazy. So we'll just have to see with this inflow notch if we get anything, and if anything, it would be, down in here. Well, to the most part, it would be in here. Yeah, so right now there's no rotation whatsoever in there. Nothing. Bone, what's going on? I was in Red Cloud when that 2.5 hit. Were you really? Could you feel it? That's what I was telling RH. Man, if he wants earthquakes, just staying here in Nebraska. Holy crap. We had like, what was it? Two? Two in 1 week? That was crazy. So that first tornado was actually, is that where it was? Was it in? Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right. So you were in Red Cloud. So is that where the pinpoint was? Was it in Red Cloud? I know it was south of Hastings, around like the Blue Hill down over here somewhere. But yeah, that was crazy. They actually felt it. There was a bigger one than 2.5. Facts 2 in 1 week. Yeah. Um I thought it was bigger than 2.5 because we actually felt that, back here in eastern Nebraska. So that's weird. I thought it was bigger. Ugh. Let's see. While Missouri has been very calm, barely anything happening, only car crashes and robberies and stuff in St. Louis. That's what we need to start posting. We need to go like live stream on car chases and stuff like that. All right. So still pretty, I mean, there's a lot of heavy rain out here. A lot of active. Let's head toward Salina again. Da, da, da. All right. So this will probably be on the north side of Salina. Let's take a quick peek. Yeah, I think this will stay just to the north. The big stuff will stay north of Salina. Bone says, I'm chasing storms in Green, Kansas. Are you? Are you chasing? Dude, if you get a camera, we should go in together. Seriously. So John McKinney had emailed me. So John McKinney is a pretty famous storm chaser he lives in Nebraska. So he had emailed me a long time ago. I kind of want to get something going with him to have a storm chaser actually on our channel. So that would be freaking awesome. Oh, my clock stopped. Why didn't anybody tell me my time has stopped? Let me see. Cloud. Let's refresh. I had no clue my clock stopped. All right. It is refreshing. While it refreshes, it is 8:57 Central Daylight Time. All right. Sorry. Car has been hit with hail pretty good. Oh, I'm sure. If you've been out there, facts, I saw John at Casey. Did you really? Yeah. So John lives actually here in Nebraska. He lives over, I believe, like in the Hastings Grand Island area is where uh John and his son oh my lord. Total mind blank. Um McKinney. What's his son's name? Uh Holy man. I can't even think of his name now. In Belleville. Yeah, he was there today. We talked about Freddie. There you go, Freddie. I, I like McKinney. Yeah, yeah, Freddie and John, dad and son, they're pretty good. I actually haven't seen Freddie for quite a while. Seriously. All right. You guys, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning here just outside of Salina. So I think it'll probably be for the northern side of it. So still $half size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. Look at that. That's how slow this is going. This expires in 1 hour and 1 minute. Look how small that is. All right. So I actually have to see how fast this is actually going. No. 35 miles an hour. It'll be done within an hour. What are these guys thinking? Freddy, Vance just ended stream when he's in Texas. Is Freddie in Texas? Okay. Oh, for the chase tomorrow? Yeah. Which is very right of that storm. Um, Connie, hey, welcome back. You get your laptop charged? Oh, you said there's a winery in here? Hopefully it doesn't get damaged. All right, we're gonna head up here really quick. Manhattan, Westmoreland. So yeah, was it? Rose? What was her name? Roseanne? Rosemary. Ah, I forgot what her name was. Give me a second. Roseanne. I told her. Roseanne, if you're still here, I told you you're going to get this little rain coming from Manhattan, but this other storm is going to stay to your north. I thought that was going to be the case. Even then, this hail core has drastically come down. They're still calling for 70-mile-an-hour winds. Is there really along this front? I see 50. I think they're gonna drop that down. Oh, wait a minute. What did I see? Okay, that is like probably really high elevation. That is not reaching the ground. But that would be plumb wild if that was. Oh, now I sound like somebody else. Uh, yeah, I don't believe. Well, let's see if that's. Well, you know what? I mean, that could really be. That's along that boundary. So there's pretty gusty winds in there. Look at all that lightning. This is crazy. A lot of cloud to ground lightning out here. This is pretty loud out here. Pretty loud. Oh, Roseanne, you are still on. I can hear it for sure. It's calm here right now after being windy. Yeah, so yeah, you're down here. Actually, you just had, yeah, actually that cloud base. If it was daylight, you probably would have seen, um, uh, oh, I cannot even think. It's been a long day. Shelf cloud. You probably would have seen that shelf cloud come in if it was daylight. Heading to Randolph. Oh, they just had storms in Randolph. So why are you going there now? That's over here. So that's just south of Turtle Creek Recreation Area. They got hit by hail earlier. All right. So biggest spot where there's hail is right there and just to the north side of Westmoreland. Westmoreland. Say that three times fast. All right, so those will be your biggest hail spots right now, which aren't big. Yeah, they're both tagging out penny size hail. So we're good there. So I think the biggest thing here, yeah, is basically winds. I actually think it's hard to believe that there's half-dollar size hail in here. Cloud tops on these are only at 53,000 feet. I don't know how that can support half-dollar size hail. I don't believe that. Pea-sized hail is in that, I think. Which one? Oh, the one which Misty, which one are you talking about? Oh, the one up here? Westmoreland? These cells up here? Yeah, I could see, well, penny to pea-size hail. So it's doing 3/4, which is pea size. All right, we're gonna put this all, yes, that one. Yep. There's a good possibility. I mean, we're gonna start to see flash flooding over here. So we'll see. Why is my clock not working again? There we go. Now you guys can see what time it is. How about the one in front of that might get severe warned in front of that one? Oh, you're talking this one? Yeah, it might. We're starting to see some purple show up there. So this might intensify right here. All right. That's the one heading toward St. Joseph, Missouri. So let's see where that boundary line is. All right. So pretty well defined. You guys can clearly see where that boundary line is. Right there. Frankfort, Kansas has a completely flooded road. Yeah, that's why I'm saying this just keeps training. And if you guys don't know what training means, it's rain that just goes over the exact same areas. You're looking at basically in here of rain going over the exact same areas. And sooner or later, it's going to flood. It won't be able, the drainage system won't be able to hold anymore, and things are going to start flooding. Yeah. You guys, thank you for so much for tuning in. Please hit that like and subscribe button. I don't know where I am right now, but I would love to get your support. Hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. We try to go live as often as we can. For severe weather, if there's severe weather, we go live. Um, yeah, I don't have all the fancy gadgets and storm chasers and everything else right now. So help me out, get me started, hit that like and subscribe. You know, let's get, what we need to reach that goal. So, uh, yeah. So thanks again for tuning in. Yeah, Misty, you never know. This is actually getting a little bit more purple, which is gaining more strength, and we'll have to see if they if they warn this. Let's see what the hail symbol is on this one. There is a symbol. We'll have to see if that deepens up any. So if you are in golf, you definitely might be at least seeing marble to penny size hail. And Wetmore, you will also be in the path. Let's put a little track on this. Oh yeah, that just kind of blew up. I mean, that was a matter of a frame. Good eyes, Misty. Good eyes. All right. But still, Goff and Wetmore, extremely heavy rains, if not a little bit of hail in there. All right. I'm going to put this in motion. You guys got to give me at least 45 seconds. Let me refill my water glass and let me use the facilities really quick from all this water I have been drinking. So give me just 30 seconds. I'll be right back. All right, you guys. All right, just in time. Looks like we have a new severe thunderstorm warning. And it's not for the one that I thought. It was just a continuation for the one just to the east of Westmoreland. All right, still penny size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. So that just tells me this is beginning to be more of a wind threat than hail. All right. Misty, there you go. Misty is all over it. New severe thunderstorm warning for Holton. Penny size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. So Wetmore and I'll say Holton will be in there. They're going to get dumped on here in a little bit with rain anyway. So definitely Wetmore and Holton. Misty, good job. This actually could push out and just be a wind threat. If this catches up to this and it starts going like this will be more of a wind threat. All right. I think new severe thunderstorm warning. Nope. All right. So they just let those two expire and they expired and they condensed down to these two. Let's go back over to Salina really quick. This one should be quarter size hail. So it's just mainly a hail threat on this one. All right, let's take a quick peek up toward, like Iowa. I mean, man, I could see a ton of lightning up there. All right, for all of you Iowans, all right, Red Oak, you guys are getting a pretty good rain shower right now. This is leftovers from everything in eastern Nebraska. So just push through Creston, Des Moines, and south of Des Moines, Knoxville. This is all up towards Cedar Rapids. You guys are getting extremely moderate to heavy rains up here. Let's put this into motion for you guys. So once again, you can definitely tell, where this line has stopped. Yeah. So that's from the Omaha radar. And then this is out of Des Moines. So definitely a ton of rain happening in central to eastern Iowa. Let's shoot over toward Davenport. There's just a lot of rain out there, period. So definitely Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, um, Marengo, Marengo. Yeah, you guys, a lot of heavy rain out here. I think I have on my flash flood. Yeah, I got my flood warnings on. We haven't seen anything goodness yet, but I had to make sure my flood warnings were on. All right. All right. Still severe thunderstorm warning for another 27 minutes. It just looks like this is more of just, up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. Penny size hail, and even then, it would be very, very minimal of this hail. This is more of your stronger cell on this one. So just to the south of Wetmore in Kansas, uh, up to just penny size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds, but this has actually grown a little bit more. So we'll have to watch this one to see if it gets a little bit bigger than penny size hail. Um, and nothing really going on in southeastern Nebraska. It's really dying off in here, which really surprises me. All right. Right there, is the line. All right, let's go back down here. They should be allowing this one in Salina to expire 11 minutes. I think they'll take it off before 11 minutes. At least they should. This is completely out of the Warren box now. You guys got some good lightning down there? Oh, let's see. Bone, what town are you in right now? Oh, you're heading toward Randolph, which is right here. All right. So now definitely there is nothing in this warned area. So they should be allowing this not even 10 minutes to expire or condense. Oh, is that where you're going? Oh, where was that one? Is that one up here? I even forgot where that one was. Oh, right there. Well, you're kind of behind the storm. You needed to be ahead of it. You are like way behind. You travel on this road, Green Randolph Road. All right, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning. We are getting closer to the Missouri border. All right, so same one from over here, just penny size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. Now they're upping it to quarter size hail. And that's what I was kind of guessing. I thought this was getting a little bit more purple in it, but then it's actually weakened over the last couple scans. Got turned around in Belleville on 81. Oh, okay. All right, so next down the line, so Effingham and Lancaster, you guys are now in the severe thunderstorm warning that expires in 37 minutes for quarter size hail and up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. So if you are in Effingham and Lancaster, just get in the interior part and just stay away from windows until this passes by. It's not even really big hail. I mean, we have seen lime size hail tonight, so compare quarter size to lime size, it's an inch. So, all right. Dun, dun, dun. So 5 severe thunderstorm warnings and 4 are here. Are you kidding me? Is there still one in California? Man, what is up in California? Is there really? There is. That is crazy. All right, so they did just allow this one in Salina. You can't see because I'm in the way. They allowed this one in Salina to cancel or expire. And now we're just looking at these. All right. Penny size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds for 20 more minutes. 36 minutes on this one. And we just got this one for 36 minutes. I'm still anxious to see on this one in California. This is crazy. All right, Modesto. You are in a severe thunderstorm warning, quarter size hail. So the biggest threat in here now is just quarter size hail, which would be right here. Let's see what direction this is moving. All right. And this is even going to miss you off to the west. This is moving like due north. All right. Modesto, you're good. Two-inch size hail? Where's that? Yeah, you guys can see the massive amounts of lightning. You may just get heavy rain. I mean, this is loud. This is a ton of CG, which is cloud to ground lightning. So a ton of CG out here. So if you are in Holton, you are probably awake. Well, it's 9:30. Even if you were trying to go to sleep, you're not asleep. Wetmore and Holton, extremely loud. A lot of heavy rain, downpoured, maybe some street flooding over here. Um, yeah, crazy. Loud thunder in Belleville, Kansas. Still, wife just called. Oh, is that where you're from? Is Belleville? Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool. It was down in, Culver, Kansas earlier. Okay. Yep. I was reporting on it. Man, I was telling people in Culver, I'm like, man, this is coming for you. And of course, it was like 45 minutes later, but hey, it is what it is. All right. Missouri, you guys are starting to get into the rain. All right. We still have these severe thunderstorm warnings out. So as long as there's warnings, we are not going anywhere. People may get woke up and turn on the TV and say, "What the heck?" All right, still penny size hail up to 60-mile-an-hour winds for 18 more minutes on this storm, 33 more minutes on this one, and 32. How does that make sense? Oh, they're both 32. All right, we'll take a quick run at this one. Boy, other than California, we didn't even see any tornado warnings tonight. California had one, which was which is crazy. Northern California had a tornado warning. Still out loud out here, Concordia, Westmoreland, Clay Center. You guys, it's still loud out here. Tons of rain. Man, let's see how much rain is falling out here. Uh, let's just do total. Look at that. That is crazy. And this is what I was talking about by training. Let's look at some of these numbers. We're looking at over 3 inches, almost 4 inches of rain. Well, there you go. We're looking at over almost 4 inches of rain up here on the Kansas and Nebraska border. even then, like well over an inch. But this is crazy. This is where those heavy spots were, over 3 inches. We're looking at in between 3 and 4 inches of rain in this spot. I saw a dart there. Yeah, inch or 3 and 3/4 inch. Crazy. So let's watch this. We'll go back 100 frames and we'll watch these storms. Oh, let me get where you guys can see. Look at that. That's where that 3 inches were coming down. There was a lot of rainfall up there. Bone. I'm in Nebraska. Oh, I'm a Nebraska native though, just live in Belleville now from Omaha. Are you? That's cool. Yeah, let's go back. Let me see how far I can actually go back. Let's go back 250 frames from earlier today. Let's just look at the scenario that unfolded. So this is as far back as I can go. There's the one started in eastern Nebraska. Then they started in Kansas, and then bam, getting started. All right, here's out of the Omaha camera. We got it there. We got one. We got 2 rounds. We got 3 rounds. Here comes fourth round. There's a fifth round. Man, we just got like a ton of rain here, actually, too. Actually, I'm kind of curious how much rain. So here, actually, at my house, we got 0.62. So from midnight until now, so we got a little over 6/10 of an inch uh here. Oh, look at that. We got quite a bit of rain. What are these? All right, so those are over 2.5 inches going through Omaha. We had over an inch down into Council Bluffs. We got almost 3 inches. Yeah, we had a good swipe of rain right over there. Wow. All right. I didn't think we got that much, but I guess we did. Well, to the north. All right. Let's get back to what's going on. All right. Ton of lightning still. All right. So let's see what the models are. Let's look at the HRRR from here. Let's see where it is. Oh yeah. So they just updated it. So here's 9 o'clock, which is pretty accurate. There's 10, 11, 12. It looks like it's going to turn basically just kind of just heavy rain.